You gonna threaten me with your gun again? You gonna threaten me with your gun again?
I threatened your dog.
No,
he
you
was
didn't.
trying to bite me.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Coming up to me with aggression.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, she was.
You're on film and you are on notice. I'm calling the cops on you. Have a good day. She says, I'm gonna shoot your dog. And she pulls out the pistol and starts going like this, and I just got right in between. And I'm just like, man, you just gotta relax, especially during these times when everybody's kind of on edge. The last thing I'm gonna do is start pulling out weapons like that. So anyway. All right, my body hurts. I'm tracking east and I got a couple, 3 or 4 hours to kill. So I'm gonna go hit this hot spring that's right along the river, and it's a free one, so it's gonna be really nice. And just walk over there. I'm gonna take Sierra with me. She's gonna chill by the river and we're just gonna hang out. So heading there now. Got it all to myself. It's pretty nice. This pool's real hot. What this is the exhaust or the overflow pipe from the main hot spring in town, which is that way. I mean, it flows continuously, and so it's always coming up from the ground. And so this is the overflow pipe. So that's the warmest pool. This pool is pretty good. This pool over here is a little bit cooler, and then you've got the river all right over here, and then there's another pool there, but it's swamped out right now with the snow melt, with the river being higher. But it's great to be able just to pull up here and soak. And so I plan on chilling here pretty much all day, and then going to go scope out this really cool ledge campsite tonight, and hopefully be able to snag a spot over there. So we'll see you back over there. Hey, what's up everyone? All right, so it's Saturday morning. At a new campsite. I'm here in a really nice area that is next to a stream, and here's the stream itself. It's been raining off and on all morning, and it was supposed to be really high winds, and I was thinking about possibly moving on from this site if the high winds took place, because if you look up, you'll see like the trees. Can't really see, I don't know if you're really seeing the video, but they're all dead. And so these dead standing trees like this, when it's real windy, you know, it can knock them down. As you can see around here, I mean, a lot of these trees, you know, they've been knocked down, and unfortunately that's prevalent in central Colorado, just due to the fact that there's been a lot of pine beetle kill, and the infestation has just caused tons of trees to die. So eventually all these trees will fall down, you know, over the eons, and or not eons but years, and it makes it just unsafe when it's windy, because, you know, right over here is a really good example of a massive tree that just broke. And you know, if this were to fall on you or your vehicle when you're out here camping, I mean, you'd be done, because this thing's huge. So this is a massive tree that just recently fell over. You can tell because a lot of the branches are still on it around, so people haven't harvested too much for firewood. So that's rather recent. And, you know, being right here, I mean, it's an incredible sight, but I mean, look at all these trees, they're all dead. So we're gonna have to move on. I'll probably move on shortly, but I've got the truck all set up. I'm doing a new thing to where I carry this pole with me. I just tuck it up in the awning cover over there. Like I just tuck it right up in that thing. And this is nice to have, because then I'm able to create some tension off the back, and when it rains I can make sure that the water just sheds, you know, really good on both sides. And so that's kind of like the look of it right there. but it makes it real nice and symmetrical and easy to work with. And this tarp, I really like this tarp. I mean, it's like 16 bucks, and it's the Ozark Trail tarp, to where the underside of it here actually doubles as a movie projector screen, so you can put this up and it, like, between two trees or in a one of those pop-up shelters, and it works well. But it's got these really convenient just tie-offs on all the sides, and it's just really easy to put on. So I've got that on there. But like I said, I'll probably be moving on today. But had a really bad situation at camp the other day, and I want to talk about it. So let's hop in the topper here. I've got it all set up to hang out, and Sierra's in here just kind of chilling. Let's see, let me move this camera around. Hang on. All right, there we go. What's up, baby girl? What are you doing? Oh, you're just so cute. Well, we're coming in here, okay? Just relax. Just relax. No, stay out here. Stay inside. Stay inside. I'm coming in. I'm coming in. One thing I want to do today, camp chore, is that I switched out my sleeping bags to the lightweight one that I have. The other one that I was carrying was my winter one, and I forgot I ripped this big hole in it right before I put it up for storage last year, and so I want to sew that up, and I need to go grab a sewing kit from town, so it's another reason to head into town. And then I want to get this video posted up too. But let's go in here. I want to talk about what happened at camp to my little Miss Sierra here. All right, so let's see, where do we start? I left the Silverton area and had to go through Durango to take care of a few things, get the drone shipped back, the one that was broken, and then just run some errands. And then I stopped off in Pagosa Springs, and I was just planning on driving through because, you know, my shipping container that I have that stores seasonal gear, that's over in Del Norte, Colorado, and Pagosa's like not even an hour from there. I don't know, maybe about an hour. And there's a hot spring actually in Pagosa that's free. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna go hang out there for like 3 days. And so I would go into town each day, each morning, and go soak, and then, you know, run some errands or do whatever I needed to do, and then head back to camp. And I found this really awesome location that is, it's got this really nice level area to trek camp. There's nice tall trees. There's a nice open area for Sierra to run around and have fun, but yet I could still keep tabs on her because it's easy to see. It's kind of wide open area, but like I said, nice tall trees, so tons of good shade and stuff. So it's real good camping, and the views are amazing. It's like on this bluff, and then you look out and there's like all these rolling hills, and there's no houses. You can't see any houses, so it's all these rolling hills and just cool aspen groves and stuff and little meadows, and then this mountain range in the background. So it's really, really nice. And we had a great first evening there. Sierra actually crashed out early because we did like an afternoon hike that was pretty long, and I think she was just kind of tired, so she turned in early for the night. I stayed up for a little bit and kind of hung out and flew the drone around and had fun with that, and just wanted to get some good evening shots, and then we were all set. So anyway, crashed out, woke up in the morning, woke up pretty early. I've been waking up when the sun comes up around 5:30. So woke up then, and I got breakfast going, you know, was kind of hanging out. And then around 7, I was cleaning up my dishes and just kind of enjoying the morning. It was real nice. And I noticed that Sierra kind of perked up, and so I thought, oh, there's probably somebody coming. And this gal came walking around the corner, and she was in like workout attire. I think she was just out on like a trail walk or something. And so anyway, she came walking around the corner, and she immediately started freaking out, like screaming at the top of her lungs, "No, no!" And when she saw Sierra, "I've been attacked before. No!" And I'm like, "No, she's cool. She's not gonna bother you, you know." And Sierra gets excited when anybody raises their voice like that. She thinks it's fun, so she started like jumping around and thinking that this person wanted to play, and so she started bouncing towards her. This gal completely lost it. And she's like, I'm gonna shoot your dog," and pulls out her revolver. So she had this revolver, this pistol. And I said, "Ma'am, no!" And I ran over as fast as I could. I said no, because I was only like 15 feet from her, but I got in between her and Sierra was just sitting there. She wasn't doing anything. She's like, "Your dog was attacking me," and I said, "No, it wasn't." Like, I was like, "Look, I'm sorry if you've had past experiences, but she's not going to hurt you. She wouldn't even hurt a flea. I mean, come on." And she just kept going crazy and taking her gun and pointing at me and like threatening me. And I was like, I've got to get this person on film. That way I can turn her into the authorities, because you can't pull a gun on somebody like that. And it doesn't matter if you're on federal land or not. It's not, if you have even if there's an open carry, you know, law in the area, you can't just pull a gun on someone. That's not legal. That's actually a felony. So I was like, I got to get this gal on tape. I got to figure out how to get her face on camera. And so after I diffused the situation, and she kept on yelling and screaming, and I live right there, because there's a community that's like next to this, that's adjacent to this parcel of public land. She said, I live right there, and I'm calling the cops on you. And I'm like, this gal is off her rocker. And so I was like, I'm calling the cops on you. Like, I mean, okay, you know, whatever. And so I called the cops, and then the guy was really cool that I talked to. He came out and he checked out Sierra. He goes, dude, she's fine. He's like, she's not a threat. And I said, no. And he told me, he goes, you know, he goes, honestly, he goes, the town and also the Forest Service, we've been having a lot of problems with these people that live over in this community. He said they threatened campers, you know, and he said that's totally illegal, because he's like, they feel as though it's their parcel of land because they're adjacent to it, because that's you know, an area where you can actually build homes, but this is all public land over here, but they think it's just theirs. And so they've harassed a bunch of other campers, and they asked me, they're like, would you fill out a form, with a voluntary witness form, like a statement? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, thank you. And because I guess other people in the past have had problems, but they didn't want to cause any issues by filling out a form, so they didn't. And I've got the form, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill it out and get it all submitted. So the video that I took, I went back to my truck, like right as she was walking past camp, which if she was still threatened, like, why are you still walking towards me? You know, that doesn't make any sense. Or why are you still walking towards Sierra too? It doesn't make any sense. But I was able to get Sierra, put her in the truck, and Sierra was all like freaked out, like, what's going on? You know, like, why is this person so weird? And she just kept spouting off, and I'm thinking, like, this lady doesn't know who I am. Like, how does she know that I'm not some unhinged individual that's just gonna turn on her when she's saying every vulgarity on the planet towards me? And I mean, I did nothing wrong. I'm just doing my dishes in the morning, and she freaks out. And I'm thinking, like, you know, that's a really unsafe way to conduct yourself in any scenario. Like, you don't know this other person. You don't know if they're like a trained ninja, you know? So you could put yourself in a lot of danger by popping off like that, because especially in the backcountry, there's no one back here. And so, you know, you got to kind of just keep a level head at all times. And she was sitting there saying, well, I have a gun, and I have a gun. I'm sitting there thinking, do you think you're the only one back here? Like, most people do, because there's animals and all that other stuff, and unfortunately crazy individuals. But, you know, luckily I got the situation diffused, and the Forest Service and the cops were like, hey, you can stay there again tonight. We told her to stay away. And I was like, I mean, I appreciate that, and I imagine she probably would have stayed away, but I didn't want to risk it. And so I moved on to this location where I'm at now. And I did get one more soak in to the hot spring that morning that I left, and came over here yesterday. So if the wind kicks up today, I'm definitely going to move sites, because I don't want to have it to where any of these trees snap and fall on us. But if it doesn't get windy, I might just stay here and then roll back into town on Sunday and grab a few things, and then roll on from there. So anyway, just wanted to give you all an update as to what's going on. I've been kind of, I was going to post a bunch of videos from that site, but, you know, after that scenario happened, I was going to do videos all day yesterday from that particular location, because it's so beautiful. But the morning started out so rotten, I just packed up and left after that whole scenario played out. And I just don't understand people that, like, want to shoot dogs. You know, she's, I'm gonna shoot your dog, and she pulls out the pistol and starts going like this, and I just got right in between. And I'm just like, man, you just gotta relax, especially during these times when everybody's kind of on edge. The last thing I want to do is start pulling out weapons like that. So anyway, my little girl's good. She was a little cuddle bug last night, so we slept well in here. I woke up after a nightmare of her. Like, I did have a nightmare last night of her being shot, so hoping those subside. That's 2 nights in a row now. Let's see, when did this happen? Oh no, yeah, that happened 2 nights ago, 2 days ago, not yesterday. So anyway, just glad to have moved on from that and not be around that area, because it's just, I don't know, people that treat people like that. I feel like she was just looking for a reason to get into a scenario where she could use her weapon, and that's really unsafe. So, but disaster averted. And oh, the one thing is, when I went to my shipping container, I must have left my fly fishing gear in Kansas when I was back there helping my mom with her dog when her dog tore its ACL, because my mom had knee replacement surgery, and then immediately after the dog tore its ACL and had to have ACL surgery. So she couldn't take care of the dog, and I went back to Kansas to help her out. And I was fly fishing a bunch when I was there because they live on a lake. And I must have just left my fly fishing gear there. I thought it was in my shipping container. All it is, the extra gear that I need is just my waders, and then my shoes, my fishing shoes that go on over my waders. And so I may just have my mom look for it and send it to me in the mail or something. But I'm planning to fish for like the next month. And then my bumper will be coming in, which I'm pretty stoked about that, and get that installed, and then kind of get the rest of the year going. It's been a crazy start to the year for all of us, especially out here with things opening and closing. So it's been kind of wild to stay ahead of everything. But hopefully all that stuff's coming to an end soon. So, but hope y'all having a good weekend, and we're gonna get our morning going here. Just kind of hang out this morning. And if it's going to rain a little bit, that's cool. And if not, that's cool too. But it's good napping weather, so we may take a nap this morning. So anyway, hope you're all having a good day.